Some of humanity's greatest leaps forward didn't come from brilliant master plans. They came from messy desks, forgotten experiments, and total mistakes. Here are 10 accidental breakthroughs that shaped the modern world. 1. Penicillin, 1928. The mistake. Biologist Alexander Fleming left a stack of dirty Petri dishes near an open window before going on a 2-week vacation. When he returned, a stray mold, Penicillium notatum, had contaminated a dish of Staphylococcus bacteria and completely dissolved the surrounding bacterial colonies. 2. The impact. Fleming isolated the mold, birthing the world's first true antibiotic. Penicillin transformed minor infections from death sentences into routine treatments and is estimated to have saved over 200 million lives. 3. X-rays, 1895. The mistake. German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen was testing cathode ray tubes in a darkened room when he noticed a fluorescent screen nearby glowing, even though the tube was covered in heavy black cardboard. The impact. Röntgen placed his wife's hand in front of the rays and captured an image of her hand bones and wedding ring on a photographic plate. It revolutionized modern diagnostics overnight. 4. The implantable pacemaker, 1956. The mistake. Engineer Wilson Greatbatch was building an electronic circuit to record heart sounds at the University of Buffalo. He accidentally pulled the wrong resistor out of a box, 10,000 ohms instead of 1 megaohm. When installed, the circuit pulsed for 1.8 milliseconds and stopped for a second, mimicking a human heartbeat. The impact. Greatbatch realized the device could stimulate a failing heart. The first human implant took place in 1960, and pacemakers have since. 5. Teflon, 1938. The mistake. Chemist Roy Plunkett was attempting to invent a non-toxic refrigerant for DuPont. He stored tetrafluoroethylene gas in small cylinders at freezing temperatures. When he opened the valve on a cylinder, no gas came out, but the container weighed the same as before. He sawed the cylinder open and found a slippery white powder inside. The impact. The gas had polymerized into polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE, the most frictionless substance known to science. Today it coats non-stick cookware, insulates spacesuits, and protects industrial machinery. 6. Velcro, 1941. The mistake. Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral went for a hunting walk in the Alps and returned to find tiny burdock burrs stubbornly stuck to his wool trousers and his dog's fur. The impact. Examining the burrs under a microscope, he saw hundreds of microscopic hooks catching onto fabric threads. He spent a 7. Post-it notes, 1968/1974. The mistake. Dr. Spencer Silver, a chemist at 3M, was trying to develop a super-strong aerospace adhesive. Instead, he ended up with a low-tack glue that stuck lightly to surfaces without damaging them or leaving residue. For 6 years, nobody knew what to do with it. The impact. In 1974, fellow 3M scientist Art Fry used the adhesive to keep paper bookmarks from falling out of his church choir hymnal. 3M launched Post-it notes in 1980, and they became an iconic office staple worldwide. 8. Vulcanized rubber, 1839. The mistake. Natural rubber used to crack in the winter cold and melt into a foul-smelling goo during summer heat. Charles Goodyear spent years trying to stabilize it. One day he accidentally dropped a mixture of raw rubber, sulfur, and lead onto a hot stove. The impact. Instead of melting, the rubber charred into a tough, elastic, weather-resistant material. Vulcanized rubber made modern vehicle tires, gaskets, and waterproof goods possible. 9. Superglue, 1942. The mistake. While developing clear plastic gun sights for Allied soldiers during World War II, chemist Harry Coover came across cyanoacrylates. He rejected the compound because it stuck to everything it touched, ruining test equipment. The impact. In 1951, while working at Eastman Kodak on heat-resistant jet canopy plastics, Coover rediscovered the substance and realized its potential as a rapid-setting adhesive requiring no heat or pressure. It hit store shelves in 1958 and is even used in modern emergency medicine to seal 10 artificial sweeteners slash saccharin, 1879. The mistake: Russian chemist Konstantin Fahlberg was studying coal tar derivatives at Johns Hopkins University. After a long day in the lab, he went home to dinner without washing his hands. When he picked up a bread roll, he noticed it tasted intensely sweet. The impact: he traced the sweetness back to his contaminated hands and synthesized saccharin, the first artificial sweetener, 300 times sweeter than sugar. It laid the groundwork for modern low-calorie food industries. The pattern: in almost every case, the key wasn't the accident itself. It was a scientist recognizing that a strange failure had opened an